let's show you the layouts for Act 2. This is going to be the southern forest. What you do, you hug this wall. You just follow this wall, this, and you're always going to end up in town. Always, always. Here you go straight to the right. To find the den, most of the time you have to follow this road. If you look on the minimap right here, it's a road. If you don't find the den simply by encountering it, what you do... Oh, my bad. So if you don't find the den just simply by walking the road, you head down in a straight line, and most of the time you're going to find the entrance for the den. Not all the time, but most of the time you're going to find it. If not, like this.
When I'm ready.
If you don't find it, I don't know, reset the zone. But usually just head down in a straight line. And you're not always going to be so unlucky as it happened this time. Usually you're going to find it somewhere in this area. Going to show you the... no, I forgot to show you the Great White Beast. You do the den for the Quicksilver Flask. So the Great White Beast almost all the time is going to be on the right. Sometimes it's going to lead you to the left and you're going to do a little bit of backtracking. But most of the time, if you just go to the right, you're going to find the Great White Beast. This was one of the unfortunate times where going to the right backfired on us. But you could have just went bottom, and found it much faster. But most of the time you're going to find it on the right. I'm going to give you another example. Hopefully I find it. Going to find. So go straight right, as much as possible, right, and there you have. Most of the time this is what is going to happen. Actually, I think I should show you Crossroads. Let's do it real quick. I'm pretty sure most of you know about this, but basically Crossroads, just follow the road and you hit the waypoint. Like this. To go for Chamber of Sins, take this road up and walk in a straight line. Have a skill that can jump through cliffs, over cliffs, and this is Chamber of Sins level 1. What you want to do at Chamber of Sins level 1, try to keep it to the middle. Try to keep your character to the middle until you find the waypoint. It's going to show you immediately. So if you find this zone right here, it's going to be the middle. And now you know that you have to reach that. So this is the way you take the waypoint, and Chamber of Sins level 2 is going to be in a straight line from the waypoint. So waypoint is here, it means Chamber of Sins is going to be here. Always, all the time. Once you are in Chamber of Sins, you want to go bottom, and if there is not a trial bottom, which in this case it was, the trial is going to be somewhere in this area, so middle top left. From this trial, usually you want to make an L, like this. You go bottom and in a straight line, and then keep going keep going in this direction, and most of the time you're going to find the entrance for the next zone. I'm not sure if you understood it, but most of the time if you just make that L and follow this, follow the zone, you're going to find it. So right now if I continue, I would find Fidelitas. I want to show you the second layout for Chamber of Sins level 2. Hopefully you understood what I meant. It makes sense in my head. Let's create a new layout. Let's see. So we are not blocked, and the trial seems to be bottom. once again. And you'd apply the same thing to find Fidelitas. It works all the time. I want to show you a layout where Param is blocked. So bottom is blocked, what means the trial will be somewhere in this area. So middle to top left. This is where you're most of the time going to find the trial. As you can see. So here you make the L and try to follow the road where it leads you, where the map leads you. Try to go to the extremities as much as possible. And pretty much you're always going to find Fidelitas. So at this point we are finding Fidelitas if we continue. Act 2, the broken bridge. I mean, this is just follow the road to get to the crypt. And I'm going to show you how to find the trial in the crypt, because it's just simply follow the road. So now, if this layout points in this direction, the trial is going to be somewhere in this area. I'm going to show you real quick. As you can see, we have already seen it. It's somewhere in this top right corner. This is the trial. Very simple. It's always in that zone, somewhere in that zone, if the road here points in this direction. If it points downwards, which I'm going to show you immediately, it's going to be on the opposite direction. So now the road points downwards, which means the trial is going to be somewhere in this area. Or maybe in this area if the map leads us, but most likely it's going to be somewhere in this area. Oh, let's see. As I've said, somewhere in this area. So this is the crypt. Pretty easy.
That would just make life
Let's show you the Riverways. Quite easy. Basically just follow the road and have a movement skill that allows you to jump through
when I'm ready and not before.
To jump over cliffs or over obstacles like this. This is Riverways. Take the waypoint and continue to hit to reach the Western Forest. What you do at Western Forest, you just follow the waypoint right here. On the side of the waypoint, there's always going to be a Lyra. On the opposite side of the waypoint, there's going to be the Weaver. To find a Lyra, what you do from the waypoint, try to go in a slightly up line. So the line is going to be a straight line, but it's going to be slightly up. Like this, until you hit the wall. Now you've hit the wall, and then you go bottom from this point onwards, and you're always going to find a Lyra without any mistake. This is a Lyra. From a Lyra, if you want to find the black quartz, you just go at an angle down bottom, like this. And when you see that book, it means that you find the black quartz and you can get your skill point. To find the Weaver, you're always going to go in the opposite direction of the waypoint. Weaver is always going to be on the opposite direction, a Lyra is going to be on the side of the waypoint. So once again, you go at a slight angle, and what you want to do at this point, if you hit the wall, you look at the trees. If the trees start having spider webs, like in this case, it means I'm getting closer to the Weaver. So I'm just following the trees, keeping close to the side of the wall, and here's the Weaver. At Weaver there are two outcomes. It can have bottom blocked, which it means it's going to most likely going to be top right. So try to go top right as much as possible. Like this. Every time you have an opportunity to go top right, take it, because most of the time it's going to be the right way. Sometimes you're going to hit some dead ends, but most of the time top right is going to be the right choice. And let's see. there you have it, Weaver. I'm going to show you basically, I don't know, I'm not sure if I should show it, but basically if the left entrance is open, take the left entrance and try to go bottom left. No, I mean top left. I don't know how to. So here this is open, this zone is open, so it means I have to go left and try to go in this direction. So I've reached a dead end. It happens, sometimes you're going to reach dead ends, but most of the time this is going to be the right way. Anyway, this was a Weaver. Quite easy. I'm going to show you the oak and the wetlands. So here at the waypoint, you can see that there are some road markings here, the road on the minimap. So here you just walk in a straight line and you're always going to find the road to the wetlands. And from this point, to find oak, you basically go at a slightly angled line in this direction towards the left. Slightly angled. And you're always going to find oak. Now, oak, when you find his fort, there's going to be the entrance, and the waypoint is going to be in the opposite direction of the entrance, slightly angled. So the waypoint probably means it's going to be here because of this direction, slightly angled. If the entrance was here, the waypoint would be bottom. If the entrance was here, the waypoint would be somewhere in this area. So now that I know where the entrance for Oak's Fort is, the waypoint is always going to be in this place. Let's show you the Vaal Ruins. Honestly, I don't know this layout really well. It's mostly guessing. Sometimes I think you just go in zigzag. I don't know. I tend to just go in a straight line as much as possible and then shift direction and keep doing that, because honestly I don't know this layout. As I said, I'm not a racer. I know the layouts to some extent, but I'm not a racer. So the way I do it, I just go in zigzag in a straight line and then switch direction whenever I'm forced to do it. And most of the time it works with very little backtracking. So it worked in this example, it worked. And now Northern Forest is quite easy. What you want to do at Northern Forest, you just hug this at the shore. You follow the shore. You basically follow the shore. Don't fall for the mistake of taking this portal. It's not. Just follow the shore until you reach the... I guess it's called the Caverns. Yeah, the Caverns. So just follow the shore. The right side wall. So now at Caverns, what you want to do, most of the time stick to the outside. So here, instead of... I mean, this is not a good example. Stick to the outside. So here, don't go this way, go this way. Most of the time it's going to be the right way. Stay to the outside as much as possible. Sometimes you're going to reach a dead end, but most of the time if you stick to the outside, you're going to reach the waypoint without fail. At this point, honestly, I don't really know this layout too well, but what I usually do, I go to the middle. And if I don't see any portal, either to the left or to my right, I know the new zone is going to be somewhere here. The portal for the new zone is going to be somewhere there. So if I don't find anything in the middle like this, I move a little bit bottom, I move a little bit top. I know that it's going to be either here or here, depending on the layout, how the layout looks. And in this case it was on the right, top right. Ancient Pyramid, it's mostly diagonal, so sometimes it's going to be a straight line, but it's mostly in a diagonal line. It's going to be in a diagonal. So portal here. The next zone probably going to be at a 45 degrees angle. Not all the time, as I said, sometimes it's going to be in a straight line, but most of the time it's going to be a diagonal. So in this case it was not, and this was a failed attempt. It means it's going to be in a straight line bottom. But most of the time you're going to find it in a diagonal. Or what did I do? Oh, I missed this. Anyway, it was still on a straight line, it was not a diagonal. But most of the time it's going to be in a diagonal, so let's see if now. So now it's a diagonal. And now should be a diagonal as well. .45 degrees. And basically this sucked too.